Smartsheet tutorial, how to use Smartsheet to manage your project. Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you how you can use Smartsheet. So having said that, let's just jump into the video. So as you can see, I'm on their website, and once you're over here, you can just simply go ahead and quickly get started by just simply clicking on the try Smartsheet button for free, and we can get started. So for those of you who don't know what Smartsheet is, it is a project management tool that is like Google Sheets or Excel combined with the capabilities of other project management tools. So let's go ahead and show you quickly. So we're going to click on this button now. And once you do that, you can quickly get started by just simply entering in your work email and clicking on the try Smartsheet for free. That will go ahead and enable your free trial. And there is a pricing plan, so we will go over that as well. So right here, as you can see, these are the pricing plan. This is their pricing structure right here. So there are 4 plans. There is the Pro plan, the Business, the Enterprise, and the Advanced Work Management. Of course, the last 2, these are for higher companies, big companies that actually have hundreds and thousands of employees. And to get that price, you have to go ahead and contact them. So for now, we're just simply going to focus on these 2 plans right here, where the first one, the Pro one, it's going to start at $9 per member per month. So you can have up to 1 to 10 members, all right? Unlimited viewers, keep that in mind. And you can see all of the features that this plan includes. So we've got unlimited free viewers, Gantt, grid, board, and calendar views, rich formulas, unlimited sheet forms and reports, and 250 automations per month, which is pretty cool. Automations are really, really good. Now, the next one is going to be the business account. In it, you will have to pay $10 extra, $19 per member per month. And this will also give you 3+ members. So this one over here. So if it gives you a total number of 10 members, 3+ means 13 more members and unlimited guests. And in it, everything from the previous plan, but you also get unlimited free guests. So these are free users external to their organization and domain, a timeline view, team workload tracking, admin capabilities, unlimited automations, and 1 terabyte of attachment storage, which is pretty cool. And if you want to see more feature, you just simply click on the compare plan button and scroll down, and you can see more options right here. So you can see all of the options that each plan includes. So there you go. So now that we've gotten this out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. We have our email right here. We're going to click on start the try Smartsheet for free button over here. And there we go. So as you can see, we have signed up, and it says right here that we have to go ahead and verify our account to activate it. And once we go ahead and check our email address and verify account, we are good to go. So as you can see right here, we've unlocked the 30 days of business plan features. And once we do that, once we have verified the email address, we click on the link. It's going to take us over here where we just go ahead and create a password, confirm the password, and then agree. And once we do that, we just simply go ahead and click on the next button. And then over here, we enter in our name, our last name, and our team. So right here, we're going to type in the name. And I'm in construction, education, finance, whichever category, you work at, you are good to go. So we'll just select project management. And specifically, I manage select up to 3 types of work. So here we have different options. So we're going to go ahead and select task prioritization. If we have that option within our capabilities, we're going to select that. But if you don't find an option that you specifically work in, you can just simply go ahead and click on none of these and go ahead and set up your own stuff. So after that, let's go ahead and select budgeting and maybe agile projects. And then we're just simply going to click on next. And now over here, we add our project name. We can even select the view over here. So we have different views. So we have grid, we have Gantt, we have the board view as well. So we're going to select the grid one for now. And over here, we're going to go ahead and type in the project name. And also you can go ahead and do this later on. So we're going to select no thanks for now, and we are good to go. So this is the dashboard right here. This is where you get started with your workspace. And on the left hand side, we have a bunch of different options. So we have the home option, we have the notifications, we have the search option right here. Then we have this folder option, which is called browse. And here we can see all of our workspaces, our apps, and all of that. And then here we have the recent events, and then we have our favorites. And then down below, we have our work apps. If we go ahead and click on work apps, we can go ahead and download different applications that are available to us. But as you can see, none of them are installed right now. And if we want, we can click on this plus icon to go ahead and start a new project, program, or process. It depends on you. And then finally, we have the launcher as well. So let's go back to our home. And here we're going to go ahead and click on start a new project, program, or process. So right here, we can go ahead and do that. Or if we click on all workspaces, we can find all of the different templates over here. So first things first, come back over here. And here we can go ahead and select the recommended templates that are available to us for now. Now, first things first, what we want to do is want to create a new workspace, right? So to do that, we just simply go ahead and click on workspace right here. It's going to go ahead and click on creating new workspace. And here it's going to go ahead and open up the Smartsheet editor. So right here is the untitled workspace. So we can go ahead and name it right here. And we're going to call this marketing. And then over here, we are going to name this sheet or change the name to the ad campaign over here. So as you can see, once you've done that, we can see we already have a task available to us. Now, when you first create a new sheet, right? When you create workspace on your own, you might not get this. Of course, everything is going to be very simple. You're going to have like up to 6 columns, and each column is going to represent different tasks. Each column will identify as a different item or a task. So right here, as you can see, we already have them. So we don't have to go over and tell you how you can go ahead and create different columns, but I will do my best to show you. So first up is the primary column. This is going to be your main column, as it says right here, main primary column right here. Here you can go ahead and use it to manage all of your tasks, your primary objectives. Then you have the assigned to column right here, which is column number 2, then 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. And you can name each of these columns according to you. All right. So to name each of these different columns, just simply click on the 3 icons over here and just simply click on rename column, or just simply double click it. And then you can go ahead and double click it. And then you can go ahead and assign the name to each of these columns. You can even select the column type. So as you can see right now, it is the contact list right here. So we have different options as well, like a checkbox symbol created by and all of that. And then we can even restrict people so that they don't go ahead and change it, or we can allow multiple contacts per call. It depends on you. And over here, you can go ahead and add different contacts if you have them, and then just hit OK. And of course, we also have the status bar, which is also good. Then we have the start date and date duration and all of that. So we've already have a good amount of columns. So let's go ahead and change some of these up. Now, if you are going to add a status column, then of course, if we'll click on it, you can see we have the drop down list over here. And then over here in the value section, we're going to add these 3. We have the not started, in progress, blocked, or complete. And then we are good to go. After that, we can click on OK. And also I want to add a new column. So to add a new column, what we'll do is we'll click on a column and then click on these 3 buttons. And then we can choose where we want to add the column, whether on the left side or on the right side. So we're going to select insert column on the right, and we're going to give it the name of priority. You can type any other column you want. And then for this one, we're going to select symbols. And here I want to use these 3 buttons right here, the red, the yellow, the green, and the blue. If you want, you can go ahead and use these 3 as well. It'll basically, depends on you, whatever type of color you want. So we're going to click on OK. We're going to select that and click on OK. So now, since this is in progress, right? And let's say this is not started yet, blocked or anything. In the priority, we're going to select the yellow button. This is going to mean that it is going. If a project is, let's say, blocked, we can go ahead and select the red option. And let's say if it is completed, we can go ahead and select the green option. And if it's not started yet, we're going to go ahead and select the blue one as well. But it depends on you which color you want to choose for your own sheet. Now I want to go ahead and rearrange some of these columns. So I want the status and the priority, or if you want to call this tab, whatever you want to call this column, before over here in front of everyone, and then assign to, start date, end date, duration, and yeah, that looks good. Now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and fill out the Smartsheet with more tasks. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So there you go. Now I've managed the columns. I've managed my tasks. Now over here, we've already assigned some tasks to different emails. Of course, I also want to mention that you can go ahead and click on the emails right here, and you can go ahead and add new email by just simply adding their name, adding the email, and then you can also enable the option to notify them whenever they are assigned to a different tasks, right? So let's say this is for Diane or Diana. And this one is for Kenny as well. There we go. So now we have some few tasks. And now what we want to do is, let's say this is our campaign. These are all our tasks for 1 month, which is going to be September. Now let's go ahead and say we want to add task for October as well. So luckily we can go ahead and nest different tasks together. So let's go ahead and add a new row at the top. So we're just simply going to select the row and right click and click on insert row above. So we're going to go ahead and select the first row and then click on insert row. It's going to add a row above. And then here we are going to go ahead and say this is our September task or task of September, or we'll just say September. And then what we want to do is want to select the projects or tasks that we have. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5. So instead of going ahead and, clicking them manually, what we'll do is we're going to click on the second one and then hit the shift key and then click on the sixth tab right here. It's going to select all of our rows that we want. And then we're going to click on this indent key right here. And when we do that, it's going to go ahead and make all of these tasks subtasks for this one. So if you click on this plus icon right here, it's going to open up like so. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and select all of these rows. We're going to copy them and we're going to paste them right here in the 8th row. And as you can see right here, it says that she does restrict data or date columns right here to dates only. So as a sheet admin, you can only allow changes to it that will not affect it. So we're going to click over here and now we're going to change this name to October and we'll select the date manually. Okay, so Smartsheet doesn't know that since we have selected October, we want to change the date to October, right? So we have to manually do that, but we can also change it in another view. So let's go ahead and move on to the next step, which is we're going to change the view of our sheet into a Gantt view. And then from there, we can also go ahead and automatically change our dates to October. So to do that, we just simply click on the view column right here and then select Gantt view. And it's going to open up this preview right here in the Gantt view. And as you can see, the projects are all stacked up onto one another. So we're going to change that as well. So since the date of all these projects are in one date, so we're going to go ahead and select the start date. Let's say it is going to be over here. And then the end date is going to be over here. Same with other ones as well. And as you can see, as soon as I change the dates, the project move as well. So right here, we have these different dates. So what we can do is instead of just, moving them one by one, what we can do, and instead of, going ahead and change the date manually, what we can do is we can go ahead and add dependencies. So to do that, we just simply click on this gear knob right here. Also, let me just close this tab so we can have a fuller view of the canvas. So now we're going to go ahead and click on this knob over here and we're going to select dependencies enable. It's going to go ahead and add 2 new columns, durations and predecessors, into the sheet. So we're going to click on OK and then hit OK as well. So now we have some new columns. So let's go ahead and view them. So here we go. So now let's go ahead and set some dependencies. So now we're going to move this predecessor column right here over onto assigned and move over here so we can have a better look. Now what we want to do, so now let's go ahead and say project number 2 is dependent on project number 1. So what we'll do is we're going to click on the pencil icon in here. We're going to select the type, or we're going to select the primary task. So it's in row number 10, as you can see right here. So we're going to scroll down to row number 10 and select that. And over here is we have different types. So we have finish to start, we have, which is the most common dependency. Then we have finish to finish. This is for tasks that should finish on the same date. And then we have start to start. So we have, of course, all the tasks that start on the same day. And then we have start to finish so that we can see whether or not. And this is for tasks that are dependent on the other tasks to finish first. So we're going to select the first one. And then also we can go ahead and select the lag period as well. So what is the lag period? This will add a period of time that, let's say between these 2 projects, whenever this project is completed, the first one, there would be a 1-day period of break or 2-day period of break or 3-day, whatever type of lag you want. And you can go ahead and add that. But for now, we're going to let that go and click on OK. And there we go. So make sure to select the first project. Accidentally selected the second one because we want the project number 2 to be dependent on project number 1. So we're going to select project number 1 and we're going to click on start to finish and click on OK. Now project number 2 is dependent on project number 1 to finish. So as you can see in the Gantt view, we have this little arrow. It shows us that that this project is dependent on the first one. And that is how we add dependencies. And also we can just simply go ahead and type the project that we want over here. So this was project number 9, right? Row number 9. Project number 2 is dependent on row number 9. So now over here in the project number 3, we can just type in the row of project number 2. So let's say it's 10. We'll just add 10 over there. And there we go. It is now dependent on right here. As you can see, it is now dependent on project number 2 to finish. Same with 11 over here and 12 over here. So as you can see, it is now quite a sweet line. And also our date has changed as well. Now, if we want to change it to October, what we can do is we'll just simply go ahead and change the start date and end date. So for example, let's say this is the beginning. We will change it to October. We'll click on 1st of October. And then over here, we'll change the end date to 30th October, like so. And now we have a whole different view of our projects. And once we do that, it'll look something like this. So once we have added 9, 10, 11, 12, we've made sure we've done that. And we also made sure that our date is set to October. We can see our project, lines up pretty good. And that is how we can do it as well. And that is how we can select the Gantt view and how we can change the dates and how we can add different dependencies. And after that, you should be good to go. And then you want to go ahead and go live, right? So we'll also add another task right here, which is going to be go live. So let's say this whole thing was a ad campaign and all the tests are good, all the tasks are completed. Now you want to go ahead and run the ad campaign. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And once you've done that, these go live dates, right? These are going to be our milestone. We're going to go ahead and set our milestone. And to do that, we'll just simply go ahead and move over at the end in duration. We're going to select them 0 instead of 1. And this will change the milestones right here. So as you can see, this is the milestone and this is how it looks like. So looks pretty good. That is how you do it. And next step is to go ahead and see the baseline. In any of the projects, sometimes we slip up. So if we come over here and click on the baseline, we can see the start and the end date, and we can see the variance as well and see whether or not we are on track. And then all you have to do is click on set. And now we can see these baselines within the Gantt chat as well. So right here, we can see them in the Gantt chart. Right here underneath each project, we can see a line that is the baseline. Sorry about that. I had an error and I had to start over again, but we are good to go. So we have set baselines, we've set the dependencies, and we can see all of the baseline as well. So here we go. We can see the baseline start, baseline finish within the chart as well. And also you can see we have these white icons for milestone as well. So that's how you can set milestones as well. So we have black lines for baselines, and then we have these white dots for baseline or milestones. Now, let's say you want to track % complete per project. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to add a new column right alongside worked days. I'm going to close that up. So here we're going to add a new column on the right hand side, and we're going to call it total work days or total worked days. And now we'll just simply click on OK. And now we're going to add a new formula. So to do that, what we'll do is we'll just simply click on this task right here and click on is equal. And then we're going to add network days and then parenthesis. And then we select the start date, which is right here. We click over here, comma, and then we add the end date and end parenthesis and hit enter. So now we can see we have 2 working days between this task. So now we'll just go ahead and copy that formula all the way down on all of them. There we go. So now we can see all of the total work days, excluding the, weekends. Next, what we want to do is we want to see the total number of work days in each of these campaigns. So let's say we need to find out the total number in September and total number in October. So we'll add this functionality. So is equal sign, and then we'll add this formula like this one, and then we'll click enter. And then we can see we have 17 is the total number of working days. So now we can just copy the formula and put it on October as well. And there we go. Now let's go ahead and add a percentage because this is what we needed. Now we want to go ahead and see the total percentage of work done. For that, we're going to add another column. We're going to click on the three dots and click on insert column to the right. And we're going to add a percentage option right here. So we should find it, but if not, we can just go ahead and add it our own like that and click on OK. And now that's done. We're going to add a new formula. So the formula is very simple. We want to divide days worked by total number. So we'll just add is equal sign days worked divided by total number of working days and hit enter. And now we want to go ahead and copy it down to all of them. And now we want to change the formatting. So we're going to click on column and then click on the three dots. And then over here, we're going to select percentage format. And there we go. Now, another thing that you can do is click over here, click on the cell, right? This is the formula. We're going to click over here, click on these three dots, or what you can do is we'll click over on the formula and click on convert the column formula. What this will do is now that functionality is implemented in the entire column, even here. So we can see that instead of just copy pasting it over and over again, we just converted the whole column into that formula. So now, and there we go. Now we have a percentage. So now let's say this project, right here, project number 1, it took us 2 days to complete. So we'll just add 2 days over here and we can see the percentage, days work. If it took us 1 day, we can see 50%. Let's say if it took us 3 days, 150%, which is, too much. But yeah, we'll just keep it at 2 days. So yeah, there you go. And now another cool thing that you can do is you can highlight different tasks that are past due. So right now, let's say this task is past due and we want to make it red. So of course, we'll just select the, row and then change the color over here. So that is highlighted, this task is past due. But we want to create a formula that automatically, triggers it and turns the color of those tasks into red so that we can see they're already behind instead of doing it manually. So let's go ahead and apply the condition. So we're going to select if condition is not met, we're going to select status, we're going to select complete, and we're going to click on this box which says apply format when condition is not met. This functionality will trigger if these conditions are not met. We're going to click on OK. And once we've done that, we need to add another condition. So we're going to click on this little drop box. We're going to click on add condition and now we're going to select if status is not complete, and we're going to select end date, and we're going to select is in the past right here. Click on OK. Then apply this format where we can see the format. We're going to select the background color. We're going to select pink right here so we can see that. And text color should be, we'll keep it at that. And then we'll click on OK. Now, this bar is highlighted, but because it's in the past and there is no, condition right here. But if I were to go ahead and click on completed, it's gone. But since this is not a task, I should have removed this formula from here as well. But yeah, this looks good. As you can see, let's say if we wanted to change the date of this one right here is not complete or, not started right, this is going to go ahead and change it to red because this was in the past. These are okay because these are in good. We can do the exact same thing for completed tasks as well. So for example, let's go ahead and say add a new rule. If the condition, we can say status is completed, click on OK, then apply this format, or we can add another condition, and the date, like so. We'll just say we don't need the date one for this one. We'll just apply this format, right? And then do for the entire row and then click on OK. So now we can see the tasks that have been completed and the tasks that have not been completed. So this looks good. Next, let's go ahead and take a look at automations. Now, Smartsheet has an incredible feature called automations, which can allow us to complete tasks and connect other applications. So let's go ahead and click on automations. And over here, we have create from template or create from scratch, depends on you. And if you already have a few automations, you can find them right here. So if we click over here, we can find some right here. Now, the popular templates are over here. As you can see, alert someone when specified criteria are met. We can go with that one, or we can create one whenever they are assigned to a specific task. So let's go ahead and click on create from scratch. And over here, alert someone. Let's go. And then over here, we can add a customization mission. And this is going to be a trigger. When rows are, changed or dates are changed or whatever, or we can select any fields. Let's say over here, we select assign to all of them, right? Or any value. It depends on on you. We can select any value so that whenever it changes, then run this trigger right over here, alert someone, and then they'll be alerted. Click on save, and that should be good to go. And whenever we assign a task to the following person, that trigger will be enabled. But we can go with that one. Let me go ahead and click on don't save. Another cool thing is this one right here called request an update every single week. So you won't have to go ahead and, type manually, go ahead and ask for updates. You can just simply go ahead and click on, use this template. So over here we have trigger, condition, and request. So let's say in trigger, when a date is reached every week on Wednesday starting at 1 p.m. Condition is over here. Request an update. You can over here add a send to specific email or send to contacts in a cell. We can go ahead and do that, and then we can go ahead and click on assign to. So now whoever is in that column, whoever is assigned that task, they will get this request instead of everyone getting that request. And over here, we can add a customized message as well. So if we click over here, we can select what is the update. We can type that over here, update. And over here, we can add a custom message asking them what is the update on this task. Now, in the conditions, what you can do is you can add another condition. So let's say a task is now delayed. It is not completed on the deadline. So what we can do now is we can go ahead and click on select a field and go ahead and click on end date. And over here is in the past. I'll go ahead and click on is in the past. There we go. So now whenever a task is delayed, let's say it's been delayed for a day or two, they'll automatically get this message notifying us, and then can notify us on what's the hiccup. So now we can go ahead and click on save. And now whenever a task is delayed, they'll automatically get this message. And there you go. This is how you use Smartsheet to manage all of your projects. So there's still quite a lot of stuff to go through. There's quite a lot of different options within Smartsheet, but I believe this was a good beginner's guide on how you can use it to manage all of your projects. So we've covered almost everything necessary to how you can go ahead and create different projects, how you can add different formulas, how you can add different views and functionality within them. So yeah, let me know in the comment sections what you guys think I missed and what you guys think about Smartsheet, and will you be using it or not? And if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications. And also, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment sections down below, and I'll be sure to get back to them as soon as possible. So having said that, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, take care and goodbye.